What's going on? Brian Tong here, and welcome to the Apple Byte for everything good and bad inside the world of Apple. We know that Apple is big on augmented reality with ARKit. Tim Cook has made no secret about it. I mean, look at AR games like Follow Me Dragon. Oh, look at how cute he is. He's like, so aren't you the cutest? Okay, now, Tim Cook recently sat down with The Independent where he talked about augmented reality and Apple's future plans. When asked about smart glasses specifically, he said, "Today, I can tell you the technology itself doesn't exist to do that in a quality way. The display technology required, as well as putting enough stuff around your face, there's huge challenges with that. The field of view, the quality of the display itself, it's not there yet." So, you're telling us you've been working on it, which has been reported for a while. Cook then went on with the company line that Apple will only ship a product that's the best, and that the company doesn't care about being first to new technology, because we've never noticed that at all. All right, Apple has seeded the second beta of iOS 11.1 for developers and the public beta that you can sign up for. And you know what that brings? New Unicode 10 emoji! And that's a hedgehog and not a porcupine, in case you ever have to use those in a text message, just to be clear. Now, only other users of 11.1 Beta 2 will be able to see the new emojis if you use them, and there's no word yet when we'll see an official public release. All right, the Beta 2 also brings back the 3D Touch app switcher gesture on devices equipped with 3D Touch. I just saw some of you through the screen say, yes. Now, Craig Federighi said it had to be temporarily removed for technical reasons, but would be bringing it back in a future iOS 11 update. Also, watchOS 4.1 Beta 2 gets some new changes and features that, you know what, I'm just juiced about. The new radio app now streams over a cellular connection. It didn't in the previous 4.1 beta release, and the ESPN station now plays in the radio app as well. New Wi-Fi changes are the biggest. There's a new Wi-Fi toggle that allows you to turn it off or on, great for LTE users that really want to force it to LTE, and the Wi-Fi SSID is also displayed in the control center so you know which network you're connected to. Now this makes me warm and fuzzy and happy inside, and you know what that deserves? A rad apple. Like, those are legit improvements. Plus, you can also pick up the new Nike Plus GPS and LTE Series 3 models in stores now, which brings you the Nike branded watch faces and watch strap. Also, iOS 11.0.3, there's an update that's available that fixes an issue where audio and haptic feedback would not work on some iPhone 7 and 7 Plus devices, and an input issue with non-genuine display replacements for the iPhone 6s. Now, I was just talking about how many of my messages weren't buzzing or making sounds this past week on my iPhone 7 after 11.0.2, so maybe that fixes this for me. It's the third minor update to iOS 11 we've seen, and I'm still waiting, you know, for a battery life improvement. Wouldn't that be nice? All right, Apple Pay cardless withdrawals are now available at over 5,000 Wells Fargo ATMs across the US. You'll still have to use your ATM PIN to authenticate it, but this makes even going out without cash a whole lot more convenient if you don't want to take your phone with you. Wells Fargo says its remaining 8,000 ATMs will be upgraded by sometime in 2019, and it also supports Android Pay and Samsung Pay. And according to a report from KGI Securities' Ming-Chi Kuo, the new 2018 iPad Pro models will come equipped with a true depth camera and support Face ID to give a consistent user experience with the iPhone 10. You know, just like they did 3D Touch between the iPhone and the iPad. Oh wait, they didn't. Now, according to Kuo, it will only be brought to iPad Pro models, which are Apple's flagship tablet device, and still, you know what, one of my favorite devices of the year. Another recent report by Kuo also says Apple's True Depth camera tech has turned the industry's attention away from under-display fingerprint recognition. He says Android smartphone vendor requests for 3D sensing tech has tripled since Apple revealed their True Depth camera and Face ID system. Kuo believes 3D sensor-equipped Android devices will exceed under-display fingerprint recognition by 2 or 3 times over the next few years. Also, a couple reports say Apple was all in for Face ID from the start, and that Touch ID through the screen was not part of the plan. And guess what? This might matter for you. It does for a lot of people. Apple has quietly released iTunes 12.6.3, which brings back the App Store and the ability to download apps and ringtones from within the iTunes software. Now, a lot of you were ticked off when Apple removed this in the most recent iTunes 12.7. They made this version available because, according to them, certain business partners still need to use iTunes to install apps. You won't be prompted to download a new version of iTunes with this version, and if you'd like to grab it, you can go to the link I created right down here for you. Check it out. It's also compatible with iOS 11, iPhone 10, 8, and 8 Plus, but it's not clear how long Apple will offer it. And before we go, we've got another killer giveaway from my friends at 2K Sports. Guess what? With the NBA season starting in just under a week, we're hooking up Apple Byte Nation with one of 6 copies of NBA 2K18. This is for real, 3 for the Xbox One and 3 for the PS4. All you gotta do is tell me, what did we put on top of an Apple HomePod on last week's show? Let me know the version you want and I'll pick randomly 6 winners and announce them next week. All right, that's going to do it for this week's show. You can email us at theapplebyte@cnet.com or tweet me at Brian Tong. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you all next time for another Bite of the Apple.